Welcome to the Vexxed Uncensored podcast, hosted by me, Saint, and Mo Vader. You'll be listening to us dive into taboo topics, celebrity news, discussing what's got us so vexed this week. Listen to us on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Anchor, wherever you listen to your favourite podcasts. Now let's get into the show.
Vexxed Uncensored presents Saint Remastered. The album features 11 Dolby restored tracks, written from 2011 to 2021 by Saint. It boasts an R&B pop sound with multi-octave vocals. Listen everywhere now. Tell him straight. Hola, ¿cómo está? ¿Está bien? ¿Está buen aquí, señor Misterio?
Forgotten all the Spanish that I've learnt in life. It just comes out on its own.
Yeah.
If I think about it, I don't know. I can't have a conversation.
To be fair with you, the New World Order the language of the world will be Espanol.
Do you think Chinese? Well, it depends who fucking gets there first.
That'll be Espanol.
Spanish?
Espanol!
Yeah.
See?
Most spoken language in the world. It's got
No,
to be,
no, I'm being
Spanish.
a dick. I'm being a dick.
Oh,
it's
it's got to be at least number 3.
Nah, 5 or 6 maybe. It's definitely English
Let's ask
followed
Google.
by Espanol. No, English followed by Mandarin. Like the world, the world that has the most.
What's the most spoken language on the planet?
Hola, ¿cómo está?
English,
Inglesi.
which I'm not shocked at.
Mm-hmm.
Chinese.
What, Chinese Mandarin?
Mandarin.
Chinese,
Yeah. Then Hindi.
of course.
Then Spanish.
Español.
So yeah.
See?
Okay.
Hola, ¿cómo está? ¿Está bien?
I was thinking South America because it's so
Yeah.
vast.
Yeah. And, just like with the
We're
English.
just testing.
We're doing a bit of both.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
If you just go into a fluid conversation, like
That's true.
you're all cunts, we're all cunts, and
Yeah.
let's enjoy the show.
Yeah.
It's we've done this for 3-4 years now.
See, yeah, my brain is like, it's so strange time.
Yeah, because
It's been like, it's got to be, 3.5 years, at least.
don't forget we're in 2023, and the big bug.
I think we started in summer, so we're probably like 3 years or 3.5, almost.
Bit of up and coming.
Hopefully them same listeners are still around. Shout out to you guys, day oneers.
Yeah, actually, you know what?
You never know.
If you've been listening since day 1, day
Yeah.
2, up until about season 2, if you sat through season 1,
Yeah, oh my
we
days.
want to hear from you.
Yeah, and apologise. Apologise for the auditory damage.
Oh yeah, the old fan and the bandwidth just going.
Oh my days. It's like cluck, 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 cluck. You can hear them on Patreon, guys, if you feel like doing that. But we didn't get cleaned up until season 3.
Yeah, even then we had a few little leftover obstacles.
Listen, the last episode, the audio was that was an obstacle. Sorry, guys, it happens. And we were in a different studio, and the video is fine.
Yeah,
Go see clips of that on Spotify. But we're back. We're back in clear. So
we're back, and I would personally like to say Happy New Year to everyone.
Happy New Year, of course. Yeah, 2023.
Happy New Year. Go fuck yourself.
We're here. It's 2023.
It's not by choice. It's by force.
I know.
I'm the captain.
2023. It sounds so strange. We knew it was coming, obviously.
But you don't give it.
We got to hit the millennium before we hit 10. So,
yeah.
we were just like already there.
Yeah. We're definitely going to be the nuts that they'll be talking about in 2030s.
Because what did you say? The millennials are getting so old now that I think 40 is the cutoff or some shit now.
Yeah, 30 is the cutoff.
30. So we're the cutoff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone born in the 90s.
So anyone younger than us is in a different gen.
Yeah.
Okay, get you.
Yeah. I think they're
Gen Z's next, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the one after that's X.
No. 1950s is X.
Oh, see?
Yeah, those, the ones.
It's like when they started doing the cisgender and all of this, they also started doing all these different gens. I'm like, did everyone on the planet take a class together that I missed the Zoom, where they all just decided, like, we're going to call each other gen this, gen that? People go, millennials, millennial, you're a millennial. I'm like, bitch, what the fuck is a millennial for starters?
You're a millennial.
You know what I mean? I was born before the millennial, like before the year 2000. At least almost 10 years before. So, what you talking about, Willis?
I couldn't make much sense of it.
Yeah.
But I believe the defining factor isn't the year you're born in. It's the main event of that decade.
Okay.
So
Y2K.
Yeah, Y2K and the turn.
I did think it was cool. Like, I remember the Christmas calendar that year, 99. Like, it was special because it had an extra like 2000, happy 2000.
It's been 2,000 years.
Yeah, and in the UK they did a lot of shit here, innit? They opened the Millennium Dome, which is now the O2 Arena.
Yeah, and that used to be a fucking museum.
That was everything. It was a museum. It was like mostly educational.
Yeah. And
giant dinosaur. Do you remember that?
Yeah, and the body. Do you remember?
Giant body.
Into the body and shit you out.
Yeah.
Like, it was.
Yeah, you know, if anyone remembers That's So Raven there, the episode where she's like does something like that.
Yeah.
We actually had that.
Yeah. So. I went there. There was this kid. This kid was pretending like he was, because you know parents come on the outing.
Yeah.
Yeah. This kid, who actually, I say he was this kid, but his mum used to babysit me. My mum used to babysit him, and so eventually we started saying, "Oh yeah, we're cousins." Well, I started saying,
because you're with us all the time.
I started saying it, and he was 3 years older than me in primary school.
Right.
He denounced me like Judas. I understood betrayal.
Oh, don't.
And on this particular outing, he was gesturing behind my mum, like grabbing her bum. I started bugging out.
I'd be like, the fuck?
I started swearing. My mum was looking at me like, and I'm holding it down because, you know, I didn't want to tell her and say, oh,
just pushing into traffic. You said, what, bitch?
Nah, you asshole bastard.
Innit?
Yeah, just fucking about.
You hear the stories, don't you? Fuck's sake.
I mean, we're what, 10 days into the year?
Yeah.
And welcome to the special, guys.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. I'll do it on my time.
Yeah, it's still the new year, isn't it? It still fucking counts again.
Yeah.
It's the first month.
Yeah, people are still moving like nuts. There was a car crashed and abandoned in South Croydon. Yeah. In a bus lane, blocking the bus lane.
Oh shit, is it?
Yeah. It's been there since at least the 26th. And it's literally just today on the
that they took it off.
Yeah.
Why's that?
I don't know. There was police tape around.
Oh, you said Croydon's bankrupt, you know?
Yeah. The borough of Croydon.
That's it. They got there when they could.
They said they're investing X amount of money. Croydon went and...
It's something to do with them building shit wrong, I heard.
Yeah.
Just using wrong money for stupid things and just like being idiots.
Yeah. They thought by building...
It's too big though.
Yeah.
They should have split that up ages ago. It's humongous, I'm sorry.
It is.
The CRO goes on forever. Like, I remember going for visiting a family member's new place and it was CRO. So I'm like, yeah, cool. I used to work in Croydon. So I thought, all right, yeah, I know it enough. No, 5 trams and shit.
Yeah.
And it takes the trams will take you into the suburbs.
Oh, yeah.
And then you got to find this. It's mad. It's mad.
Don't forget that.
It's got to be the biggest borough in London. Croydon.
It's quite possible because...
Oh, Surrey is probably counted now. Surrey's probably counted. Big. London gets bigger every year, I guess.
What do they call it? Greater London? Yeah, Greater London's constantly expanding. Constantly. Once upon a time, Croydon wasn't even part of London.
No, at all.
It wasn't.
No.
You went into Croydon.
If you go in Croydon, you're going for a reason. Yeah. For us anyway, South East, yeah.
Well, okay, I guess... We've had a catch up.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times we've told the listeners to fuck themselves. We love you really, but
fuck
of course,
yourselves. But you know.
Yeah.
Humanoids. I wonder who's up first this week then.
Let's see. I'm doing it with my left hand. Bit of a stranger danger. Okay. So first UK space rocket launched by Virgin Orbit.
That was yesterday.
Oh, was it? Well, congratulations, Mr. Branson.
Yeah, and it failed. Failed. I did not even know this was happening. Did you?
No idea. I'm literally hearing it firsthand, and my first thought is...
Because this isn't even... What's the other one? Virgin... I used to own stocks in that shit, and I should have kept it. Virgin Galactic.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is different. So I was like, first of all,
Right.
yeah, never heard nothing about it. They keep doing this shit, like springing it on you.
Mhm.
And then I was like, hold on a minute. This is like the first rocket Britain's ever launched. Like, this is our first first space program. Even though technically NASA and America is British as well, but didn't,
It was a team effort.
It was a team effort, and German stuff.
Oh, listen, it wasn't just German.
Third Reich.
It wasn't just German. It was,
Yeah. Dachshund.
Yes.
I call him a Dachshund anyway.
The community members that were all on holiday between 1939 and 1940.
They're now Argentinians.
Yeah, they're Argentinians.
The expats. Can't cope. But yeah, it was like, this is the first, and no one knows it. It was just weird. So I saw a bit of it on TV, and then I was like, okay. But apparently it was to launch satellites, and it failed due to an anomaly that they're now investigating. Obviously, the British intelligence and shit are going to get on that, and they didn't say what it was. Something stopped it from happening, and they didn't anticipate that, which is quite interesting. Wonder what it was.
It's bullshit.
I think it's all bullshit.
It's bullshit.
They're all fake pictures. They're all CGI.
Yeah.
Like, show me a real picture, please, of the globe, of anything. Honestly, all you get is the fake moon shit, which we all know is fake now.
Yeah,
They've said it, not said it, but like, it's been so proven now.
I think the closest.
Fucking Stanley Kubrick did it. Literally, it was blackmailed to do it.
Really?
Yeah, the evidence is so deep, like mad. And he put The Shining. There's fucking evidence all over the film. Yeah, that he did it. Like, he's madness. Even his daughter said so, and it was a whole thing. Well, I was just about the Russians. They did it first, so they had to fake it. I'm not saying they ain't been there since, but that weren't real.
When they did go, they came back with Transformer.
Came back.
The Transformers from the dark side of the
when
moon.
was that? 70s?
1969.
60s, okay. Oh yeah,
John F.
60s.
Kennedy.
Yeah.
Kennedy. What a guy.
What a dirtbag. I just learnt about him having a threesome with Elizabeth Taylor when she was 15. They didn't give a fuck back then, man. And they did have these morals, to not like, it wasn't, free for all, for fuck's sake.
Who was it? It was Elvis and another one of their rock greats.
Right.
The other rock great, I'm sure people in the comments, they'll say, yeah, I know who you're talking about. He married his 14-year-old cousin. And then Elvis married a 15-year-old.
Oh, Priscilla was 15, yeah. 14, I think, even.
Yeah, see, it's...
Yeah.
Well, they say... no, I'm not going to say that. I was going to say, they say you have to tolerate people's cultures and their traditions.
Yeah.
And...
Yeah, fuck that.
It seems to be one of theirs. I don't understand how there's laws that say this is not okay, this is wrong, but
it's legal.
There's the tradition and the culture where it's legal, and parental approval, parental consent.
Yeah, which is fucked. Because how you get, I know like kids can't give consent, that's why the parents have the responsibility, but imagine just using that for just completely the wrong reasons. Like, you might as well let the child decide, because the child is saying no, most likely, because I don't want to marry this grown man or woman.
Yeah. But then that does bring us over to Japan.
And India and stuff.
Because all these places have very low...
Even places like Turkey, and they still do that shit. Yeah. One of my friends is getting arranged marriage right now.
Really?
Yeah. At the age of like same age as us. So
see, I have a slightly different opinion when it's above age, and
because I think obviously, like, imagine if one situation didn't work out and you're divorced, I think the family just wants you married again. They don't really care about how you feel.
Yeah. Nah, because obviously traditionally for them and culturally in their in their slices of the world, what works is the nuclear.
Exactly. It's literally holds everything together. If the government collapses, the family knows how to survive.
Yeah.
Within like who's their roles.
Yeah.
Like, that's why they're destroying that, so you have to be completely reliant on the government. Which is crazy. But we were talking about space, obviously.
Yeah.
Forgot.
Well, alright, going back to the space topic.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that this venture failed when
like Elon Musk is shooting up satellites every day.
Yeah. Are you not both billionaires in cahoots? Just rub dicks together and throw a rocket up in the sky?
Don't know how much it's cost either, and that's I want to know about that.
Yeah.
Because how obviously taxpayers, I'm sure, have paid for this.
Is this a taxpayer venture?
Gotta be. It's the British government, and it's like he's doing it for the UK the same way NASA does it for America.
I thought it was like one of those billionaire villain stories where I'm putting.
Yeah, I'm doing it. Yeah, no, they've got a spaceport in Cornwall. Who knew that?
Cornwall of all places.
It's literally Cornwall, like Cornwall.
Cornwall.
I think maybe because it's flat. In my head, it's like flat cliffs, and is what I'm thinking. A lot of like space.
I just heard someone in the back say, "So's there women." You don't say that. That's not good.
Flat back and front.
Perfectly streamlined.
But yeah, Americans are way ahead. Even Indians launched fucking their space program a couple of years ago. So fucking hell, England, like just quit while you're ahead, because who asked you to do all this anyway?
Most dangerous rumor and misinformation I'm going to spread, and hopefully it'll spread through the internet. Let's actually start questioning nukes, because we saw nukes in Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Yeah,
I'm sorry for pronouncing it like that. May their souls rest in peace, and anyone affected by the nuclear fallout during that, that horrible time in history. I apologize, but the shit show must go on.
Yeah.
So Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
The green fog.
Why on earth is it that mankind has had nukes and have not used them since? And they say,
it's just to threaten each other.
Yeah, mutually assured destruction and all.
But then when certain countries want to do theirs, like when Iran wanted to do theirs, they're like, everyone did everything they could to stop it. Yeah. I even just learned about, what's it called?
Israel lied.
The virus they fucking put in their system. It's got a really interesting name. Begins with an S. Yeah. But basically, there's a component that almost everything works off of mechanically. Yeah. And to this day, countries are running shit off like with this component, including nuclear missiles and stuff. Yeah. And America allegedly joined with the UK and Israel and their allies, created a computer virus that got into their system through human error. So they basically infected covertly as many employees as they could, waited for them to be stupid and plug their shit into the company computer to fucking watch porn or who knows what on their break. Yeah. And it worked. Got into the system, they could turn things on and off. Yeah. They could like scramble shit, and apparently it's something that's like now embedded in all of like, they can shut off the whole like city's worth of lights and shit in Iran right now, America, if they wanted to.
Really?
Yeah, and no one talks about this. Like they're that fucking fucked. But yeah, anyway, what was we talking about?
We were talking about the Virgin Orbit.
Oh, yeah.
Virgin Orbit. And well, the thing is, you can shoot all of these rockets that can destroy countries and destroy landmass and destroy the world, but you can't shoot a rocket.
I think that's what they're doing, just basically all trying to get their shit into space so they can like nuke each other from space.
Yeah.
What else did they do?
Don't you remember Reagan's Star Wars project?
Yeah.
The whole point of going into space was to
weaponize it.
Yeah, be able to
and say, it's because of aliens. Even though they don't exist, we want to just be prepared. It's like, oh, great.
Yeah. Cool story, bro.
Yeah.
Cool story.
Motherfuckers. But let's move on.
That's enough pissing in the wind.
Let's see what the next topic is. An ex-manager of Kim Kardashian, because I think people just think her mum is the only manager. It's not true. Says she quit as soon as the Balenciaga thing dropped. Like, she quit.
Yeah.
She said there was no hesitation. So she quit, and she said she's a mum of kid, like single mother, and she's worked for like a lot of companies, big companies, and she said if she can quit her job and her sole income based on morals and expectancy of her employer and so forth to have that, because I'm sure in their contracts, employee contracts, there's the moral clause, which says if you do anything immoral that could damage yours or our reputation, that we can terminate and you probably owe us money. Yeah. It probably is like expected on the other side as well. And she said if she can do that, then why can't these billionaires do it? Why can't these millionaires do it? And true. Why aren't these celebrities quitting their positions and speaking up against this label? Yeah. Mainly Kering, who own YSL, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Balenciaga, and all that shit. And she said it's a cult. Kering's a cult. She's just said it. She said it's a cult. She shouted out like 5 top executives' names and the owner, and said that you know what you're into. And she's spending her time protesting all of this shit. So yeah, the topic I guess is what do they do? I know Balenciaga was selling off all their shit cheap,
as you do, but that's all. It's a pump and dump. The price of their shares and stocks is going down. Yeah, people were going to reinvest into it. After some time, the mass media is going to just push the issue to the left, and it's going to gradually lessen. So the association to any kind of paedophile rings or anything to do with actual sexual crimes is going to be warped into, oh no, they just didn't give the kids enough sandwiches and enough breaks, but we've put in some new policies and procedures to protect working children, and we'll pay them a little bit more, but that little bit more goes to the parents and agents. Right. It ain't going to no parents. It's going to the agents, and
pretty much they're just pimps. Really, they're just pimping your kids out. Like, for what? Like, how much more does a TV commercial? Like, I was auditioned as a kid, but like, how much more does a TV commercial cost than like a regular shift on a job? I'm sure not that much. Especially when you're a kid and like you're new, you got to fucking work first. You got to get a portfolio together. For anyone to get anything big worthwhile. So these parents are just rethink about like fucking what you're doing with the kids, because it's just the kids and everything. And I've seen things like adult shows and they're hiring children actors to say inappropriate shit in movies and TV shows, and I'm sitting here like, what the fuck is wrong with you lot? Like, where are the limits? There's no limits.
There's none. No limit records. I shouldn't say that.
Record. Oh, shit, son. But yeah, it's just fucked. I honestly think there should be no child labour. That's it. Like, no child labour. Fuck your TV shows. Fuck your movies. Like, fuck them. We would go back to the old days where it was a man or a woman with some puppets. Yeah. You've got 3D animation and shit now. You do not need to hire children. Yeah, you can have them in the audience with their parents. But like, paying these children to morph into to act and to be in situations it's horrible. I even saw something recently and the kids were just crying, like the kids were meant to cry in their scene. And for how long are these random people's kids are just going to be crying in these strangers' arms for like a 10-minute scene? That's what it is, mate.
It's funny that the narratives, the narratives and the conversations within the populace seems to be somewhere that doesn't correlate with the leaderships and the governments of the world. Yeah. Or the mass media. And it's...
Who likes their government? Who? Where? Sweden? I heard them bastards are happy. Who knows about what? But like, they're happy.
They're probably just happy that they're very well...
rich.
Yeah.
And that everyone banks there.
Yeah. Sweden.
And scams there.
No, Switzerland. You're thinking of Switzerland.
Oh.
Yeah. Tax haven, isn't it?
Yeah, Sweden's the happiest place on earth.
Sweden. It's funny, it's so cold.
Sweden.
You know what? They've got some... Is it a tinned pilchard?
Sorry guys, I'm just trying to do this bottle top up.
It's okay. They don't mind anyway.
They're probably on the sit. Listen to this on the toilet. Squeezing one out.
We're gonna have one of those ASMR people just whacking it off. Handful of lube in the left hand, handful of lube in the right hand.
Don't. I heard the way people get off to that shit, ASMR is nuts.
Yeah. Do you know what?
I would do it, but honestly, I wouldn't be able to like keep a straight face. You can tell when someone's like laughing or smiling. I can't do that. Yeah, just like I can't do it. I can't even listen to this shit. There's cats meowing, purring. There's fucking everything.
It's crazy. That means that there's farts.
Farts. People are bottling farts and selling it. I know that. I saw that.
Are they?
Yeah. So really smart bitches on OnlyFans are like, you lot of pigs. Like, would you buy a fart in a bottle? They're like, yeah.
Oh my God.
So she just sending fucking empty bottles. Like,
there is no way.
I'm getting her cat to fart in it, and then I would take the piss, and if they see a bit of shit, they're like, "Oh yeah, bitch, yeah." They love it. They're sick. Sick.
Cestius.
Oh, I can't go, man. But
Babylon.
it's so funny.
Wait, it's not Babylon. Which one is it?
Sodom and Gomorrah.
Sodom and Gomorrah. That's it.
Sodom and Gomorrah.
Ugh. Filth. Absolute filth.
Filth.
Make me hold my head down in shame. Although, I mean, I'm not a saint.
Yeah, I ain't buying no fucking bottles of fart, but you know.
No. Ooh, what? Okay. Harry admits killing
Potter?
25 admits killing 25 Afghans, exposes family quote unquote secrets. I heard they had a fist fight. and
A fist fight, was it?
he got pushed. He's like, stop pushing me.
Stop pushing me. I fell into a dog bowl.
Really?
Yeah.
What? And they were like big aged grown men.
Yeah. This was like a couple of years ago. When he was with Megan and everything. Allegedly, yeah. Yeah, and then apparently after William pushed him, whatever happened, he's like, "Oh, don't tell Megan." Do you ever crush on your brother's girlfriend? It's William who's had the problem with Megan the whole time.
Really?
Yeah.
He wants to fuck.
He would call her the American actress. He wouldn't say her name.
Oh, the
The American actress. And he's like, what? And then he's like, yeah, push her, whatever. And he's like, don't tell her. And then the way she found out he's saying is he went back and she went, what's on your back? And then he lifted up his thing. And then when he fell into the dog bowl, apparently he broke and cut his back.
He pushed me.
So, mad.
Yeah.
But I think it's leaks. It's leaks from his book. But his book come out today, I think. So,
Yeah. Well.
yeah, he said a lot. I think this is all a distraction from their crimes. But anyway, you know, of Andrew and all of that. I just think that's what this is about.
Uncle Andrew won't stop busting pelvises, and it ain't.
No, he ain't gonna stop, is he?
It's not.
He's filling up his daughters, when he?
Yeah,
His mum's funeral.
His mum's funeral. Did you see that? He cupped and almost.
Disgusting. And they think like they can just get away with it in plain sight like that. Like it's nothing. They don't even think about it. And that's when I'm like, okay, you lot warped, because that's not all right.
Well, they reflect their nation's country and
What else
culture
did
and
he say? What else did he say? Okay, Intel is loading.
Yes.
So he said, the 25 Afghans.
Yeah.
So in the army, I guess he killed 25 of them.
Ooh, big wow.
Ain't that what the army's for? You look like they're acting shocked and shit.
You put him.
He's a
an
murderer.
attack, you put him in an attack helicopter.
Literally.
And protected and shielded and guided him.
Yeah.
Of course, he's got to kill someone.
That's what you're there for.
Well, is he supposed to go there?
I've dissuaded a good few people from the army. No, yeah, like 100%. Like a few confirmed cause of me, cause I've not. Like, do you know what I mean? And a few that they never said it down the line. You just think, oh, I wonder if they did. They didn't. And it's because I'm just telling them, like, think about it. You're gonna be a part of murder. That's what it's for. That's it.
Big shock, yeah.
You're just getting paid. So
big shock. I was gonna go.
But this is the thing, and here's what, and like 4 guys, 1 girl. So what I noticed is when
And I know that movie.
but the Vexxed Uncensored listeners know that movie too. But no, what I noticed is, especially with boys, like once they get to a certain age and they not completely sure what they want to do, and they know they just want to get out of the house and just become whatever, but they don't want to feel like a burden, they automatically think of the army because it's like have free room and board. Yeah, it's technical. It's respect. It's manly.
yeah, of course.
But it's kind of like they do want to just give their lives away, and it's a signal of depression. Like it's a big signpost for depression. And I've noticed it. And when I talk to them, honestly, just have conversations with them, it's like there's no passion. It's not for. It's just the reasons they tell me are quite negative reasons.
It's never for Queen and Country.
No, never, by the way.
King and Country.
No, I've never come across that. So it's like, and my dad did shit for them, for the army. He's done stuff. I'm just gonna say stuff for them, and like I'm not completely, I'm not like anti-army, but I just don't think like it's not legitimate because usually when you say the Queen and country, it's not even like for like you're being invaded. I get it. If you're being invaded, people are gonna just be like, fuck it. If we're getting invaded, yes, I'm gonna join.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna join that, but it's usually for money, for oil, for politics, for dollar. It's for the rich man's game, and it just doesn't make sense.
I will say right now, devil's advocate here.
Yeah,
I like the UK better when you could get 98 pence a litre of petrol, 88 pence a litre of petrol. Like, people were nicer. Now,
yeah,
you're pushing what, 189, 199? That's £2 a litre of petrol.
yeah. So I mean, like, it gets so hard to live. Yeah, you just want to be adopted psychologically. Just want to be adopted.
There's a line.
The army's not there to love you. The army don't give a fuck about you. They're paying you very reasonable money to risk your life.
It isn't reasonable. I did.
No,
the
it's
maths.
not.
That's what deterred me from it. I did the maths and realised it's only reasonable because
you can save money.
You can't spend it when you're on deployment.
Exactly. So that's the only perk.
Lump sum.
And that is what they look forward to. And it's like, okay, but if you die, you're not seeing that money. And it happens to really young guys all the time. It's never like, you never hear of the old guys dying in wars because they're not out there on the front line. They're sending you, 20-year-old. You've done the best in all the runs and the trials and the this and the that. Yeah. And you're going first, mate. Do you know what I mean? But so it's like, and it is psychologically, you're asking for suicide. So it's kind of, I've dissuaded, openly I'll say that, dissuaded bare people. Just because not even intentionally, just like, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, they fuck your brain up. Like, he's killed 25 people. And he's a prince, so.
I wanted to shoot guns without repercussions. And when I learned that in the UK army, in the British army, you've got to justify every bullet.
Yeah.
Whereas the US was running around.
Not doing some Black Ops type shit. Like,
oh, of course not.
The Navy SEALs is what I would have. If I had to pick any of them, it'd be them.
Navy SEALs US.
But again, that's most likely because you're basically water hitman. You're like, fucking, you're hitman.
Yeah.
And that kind of, that's what I'm saying, it's dangerous. Even for me, like, I thought, like, it's not good. Like, it's not fucking good.
I fucking love it. Jet setting.
I did actually, I wanted, I shouldn't chat my business, fuck it. But like, I wanted.
Say if it's that one you're not supposed to ever talk about.
Yeah, okay.
Don't say it. Please don't say it.
I won't say it.
No.
But I wanted a specific career path, but I thought about it because when you have certain aptitudes, you just, like, it's an actual choice. At least it was for my background, but you know.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
I tried, but nah.
When I thought about it deeply, I'm like, okay, well, but this is the thing about money and detachment and how you can say, it's for money.
Yeah.
Doesn't make it no better, yeah? The blood's still on your hand.
No, it's not on mine. It's on my government. I am just a tool. This is my rifle.
That's what I mean, yeah. Whoever's hired you is like a whore and a pimp.
It's pimping, baby.
That's it.
It's pimping.
They say, how much? I said, send my guys for this much and la la la, get in, get out, get your van. You're done.
Commit atrocities with a smile on my face. Don't ever say that again. So Nick Carter abuse revealed. Aaron Carter before death video shares his feelings on being in danger. Oh shit.
Yeah.
So but wasn't Aaron Carter the same one that absolutely denounced all claims against Michael Jackson? He said
yes.
He was brought into a room. There was FBI guys. There was his parents there. He looked to his mum to say, like, really? Are we really doing this to this man that has shown us nothing but
compassion, hospitality,
compassion, everything?
Yep.
And all of that really boiled down to the fact that Michael Jackson was a sly fox. He had bought so much of the catalogue that
he was too powerful.
Yeah, it was too much.
He was going to like foreign countries that, like, the US, for instance, might not have the best relationship with, and like the military would be marching with him in the streets. Like, Michael Jackson was a very fucking influential person, and they didn't like that. And then when you own most of the publishing, like high fucking value publishing in the music industry, they're just like, and then your own catalogue is like the best,
like actually the best.
The best. So Yeah, sorry about that, Michael.
They don't really care about
50.
us.
Do you know how young he was?
Yeah.
Like, I get it. He's been on television since like 5, and I guess that's why. He's almost like this immortal.
Yeah.
Because I guess when I started watching his shit like properly, I was probably like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
But I had history. So that year or whatever, he had put out an album, but it had the video set, which had all of his videos that he'd ever done.
Yeah.
So I used to see him in time. But one thing that was strange, I never even acknowledged or cared about his image change.
Didn't you?
No.
Never noticed it.
No.
See, that's because
Like,
children
at all.
Children are not inherently racist so long as they are exposed.
Yeah, that's so interesting.
But of course, when they're not exposed and they're in insulated societies,
Yeah.
the first time that they meet someone from outside of their race,
Yeah.
it's actually curiosity.
Yeah.
And unfortunately,
I just knew he was black. That's it.
yeah.
And like my family, do you know what I mean? And then at that time, I was seeing bad and shit mainly.
Yeah.
And to me, I just assumed he was mixed race.
Okay. Black.
Black and mixed race in my mind as a child weren't different. We were all the same thing, like in my head. So yeah, like interesting, but never noticed. Never fucking noticed.
I was a bit older when I actually got my first sort of exposure and interest to him.
Right.
And unfortunately, it was during the peak of the scandalous allegations.
Scandals. Because they started pretty early in the 90s, I think. 94 or some 5.
Yeah.
The first
but
ones.
It's like all. So all. It seems like there's always a pattern. Someone, or maybe something, gets into these circles.
Mm-hmm.
Drip feeds.
Yeah.
And what is drip fed takes decades to come to fruition.
Mm-hmm.
By which time there's a scapegoat.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, we're gonna hang up this guy, but we're not gonna look at all the others that were, co-conspirators that were there in the parties that had knowledge of it and turned a blind eye.
And the thing is, like, when you ask all the people he's ever worked with, not one person he's ever worked with other than some maids that later said it was for the money. No, everyone's like, no, like, in fact, with R. Kelly, everyone's seen everything. With all these people, they all go, no, we did see, or like, whatever, we didn't know what to do about it. Well, you know what they say. But Michael, nothing. Get me? And I did always understand him. Like, when he says Peter Pan, he meant it. Like, he could be 100 years old, but he's with an adult sitting there, where an adult's fucking jaded and just like he never related to adults. He just was always a kid.
Unpopular opinion.
Sad.
Here.
It's always sad because
very distasteful comment I'm gonna make.
Yeah.
But it's an observation nonetheless. R. Kelly did what his predecessors of a different hue had been doing for decades, and he was punished for it.
Yeah.
The guy that married his stepdaughter, who, let's face it, okay, moral midgetry.
Yeah.
Is it Scorsese?
What's
it's
his name?
Scorsese.
No. Woody Allen.
Woody Allen.
That fucking dirtbag.
Woody Allen divorced his wife, married his stepdaughter.
And fiddled his own kids.
Oh. Proven. It's not alleged.
Nope.
There you go. Fiddled his kids.
Yeah.
And his second wife is very likely to have been a fiddled child too.
100%.
So
I think he married her when she was 15.
There we go.
So
this why is Woody Allen not in jail?
Still getting fucking awards in France and shit, and it's like, you lot just need to calm down.
Oh, come on, it's the French.
I know. It's like, fuck's sake. They see it as art. They're the ones that I worry about. They're the ones they see it. I don't know what the fuck, like all that Lolita shit. Like, turns my stomach. But yeah, I don't know.
It's just disgusting.
But yeah, Michael, like, cross colour. He's the only black man in history who crossed all the colour boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
First person in history.
Yeah.
Only a mixed person traditionally can do that, and he wasn't. Everyone knew he was black, and people forget just because he looked white in the end. Like, the police still looked at him as black.
Like,
everyone knows he's black.
He's black.
The straight wigs, all of that, doesn't matter. He's still black. Like, they're gonna treat him like he's black. So yeah.
Excuse me, sir.
And they probably didn't even like he could like walk around with his vitiligo and
his umbrella.
Pass is one of them.
It's true.
But back to Aaron.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, he said in interviews, which I never knew, like he's just gone, yeah, my brother's a rapist. Like, just said it. And I guess because Aaron Carter did drugs, people were just like, he's on drugs. No, he's been done for like now 7 women over his years with the Backstreet Boys. The older brother Nick is even one was a 17-year-old girl with cerebral palsy.
No.
Yeah, disabled girl, and it was on a tour bus, and she described it and I was just like, oh my god, like the whole thing was just horrific to hear. Like, whoa. And she's like our age, I want to say now, or a bit older, and the statute of limitations was about to run out, and luckily, like,
they caught him.
yeah, because he needs to pay. Like, and he's still doing shows with the fucking Backstreet Boys and shit, and it's like, but anyway, these younger brothers been saying it.
Yeah, the money machine protects you. What was it? This may be out of context, so take it with a pinch of salt. But the wonderful, wonderful creature that is Kanye West. Yay, I saw a short clip where he says that everyone in the industry has to shut up because they have something against
blackmail.
them. So either they're murderers, they're rapists, they're pedophiles.
Yep.
They
in
are,
secret or like in your own life.
Yeah, or in your own life.
Yeah.
And it's the money machine can protect you from, protect you from...
As long as you're one of them, they'll protect you.
Of course.
It's like anywhere, really.
It's true.
Anywhere, teachers, fucking police.
It's okay if we do it.
Yeah, they'll gang up on you quite right quick. But yeah, they have to have something on you. I've heard stories where, again, we're uncensored, so fuck it. Like, someone who's newly signed has gone to a party.
Yeah.
And beb celebrities there.
Yeah.
They're drinking, whatever. They black out. They're drunk. They wake up. Everyone's like, oh, are you right? Blah, blah. Anyway, sorry, they're about to sign. So they schmooze you before.
Yeah.
Show you off and stuff. And they go in to sign that day. This is a rapper. This example is anyway. Go to sign that day, and the contract was terrible. It was shit. It was completely like 360 on what they talked about.
Yeah.
They turned on a video on the flat screen of him being raped by three men, like known faces, known people. And he was just like, huh? And because himself, his orientation isn't that way, he was just like, huh?
Yeah.
Especially. So he was just like, huh? Imagine.
Yeah.
He signed. They said, we'll put this all out there.
GHB hits different.
When they want someone, that's it.
Yeah.
Me personally, I should put that out there. I will do the rounds. But if you prove to be a contender, they'll just fucking find a way to deal with you eventually anyway. So it's kind of like, so they signed.
Is he gonna come up in conversation? You know, the short angry man. Dance, bitch.
Yeah.
He's the top.
He has to come up.
Okay. Well, let's wait for that. So a bit of comedic relief.
Yeah.
Of course, my last comment about GHB hits different. If you have been a victim of GHB, please.
Have I ever been spiked?
Seek help.
I think once I felt really ill once, and I did think I might have been spiked. But I was just like,
you gotta be careful.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful.
When was that? That was early 20s.
There's some slinky
There's
jumps.
some, you never know who's out there, what the fuck they're after, mate.
Gonna be like, now look here, I want ya. And we can do this the easy way.
Can you just imagine? Like, I couldn't even. Dead blood. I can't. Sorry. So yeah, people who've been through like, wow.
You are strong. You are mighty. You are powerful.
Warriors.
You can get over it. Yeah. Not get over it. Like, you can get over it.
No, you can. No, it won't stop you from moving forward.
Yeah. It doesn't take the experience away, but time helps to build a distance from it. So just anchor yourself to passions, anchor yourself to good people, and
you are not their sin.
You are exactly. You are not. You are not.
You are not their sin. But yeah, before we move on, Aaron also said that Sony owned him 3.5 million for royalties, and because they knew he was already on drugs and stuff, apparently he felt as though they were pushing him in some ways through certain affiliation associations or whatever to, like, I don't know, pressure him to
Signing
be unhealthy. Doing things
okay.
he knew he would probably hit the bottle or the heroin. Who knows what he was on?
Well,
Makes his life difficult.
It's what they're doing with Orlando Brown.
And I thought to myself, his music, but then I think about, oh shit, I forgot when he was a kid. He was like, I want candy or that fucking Disney. So I guess the catalogue would be worth a bubble too, because they just recycle that shit, don't they? So,
Oh yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. They'll make a movie character up out of him, and
yeah.
he's on a Christmas movie, and the royalties is just piling in.
But yeah, I don't know who'd get him now. I think Sony gets to keep him, as usual.
Yeah. Sony always wins.
Always
Always.
But next topic. Wait, shout out to that Ray as well. She was signed to Sony for 7 years, and then like they wouldn't put out an album.
Yeah.
And then they kept telling her, no, you're gonna do this is the best, it's gonna work for you, making her do certain music and certain genres, basically turned her into a puppet for 7 years. So she left them eventually, and then she's done her own album independently and got #1.
Perfect. Good on you, girl.
Yeah, which is hard to do here, especially like independently. I feel she's black. Yeah, she's one of well, she's like me. She's mixed, but
okay.
Yeah, she's done bare music. My favorite of her is Cigarette with Steph London, I think. Can't remember how it goes or I was to sing it, but
I'm gonna have to go and do some research on new music and musical wonders.
Do a catch up.
Yeah, I've been in the gulag just.
Yeah. Oh no.
Working in the field.
Like the we go Labour camp. Just no
those pictures are horrible.
Just how is this being allowed to happen? Just I'm sorry. If I ran a country, I would just say to citizens, like if we went to war, you had to free these people. Would you want to? I bet there's an overwhelming response to say yeah. If it's financial, doably, like if we're set up good, because that's how it's horrible. Like, and they've got over 1 million.
We have to be careful though, because those are usually the sentiments that are perversed into advocating for a one world order, where government and law is all, it's from one central point, one viewpoint. But like people complain about Germany all the time, and this is what I'm saying with the Hitler thing all the time, and they went to war with this motherfucker and they did win. But they didn't go to war because of what he was doing in Germany. No,
it gave them good reason to push forward, and that's what brings allies together. Is when they're like, okay, if we're going to war with someone, it's fine, but if they're guilty of atrocities, then it's like, right, especially with the UN trying to fucking get you, say like NATO, and trying to say to the world, we're the moral peacemakers. They have UN peace. They're called peacemakers and shit now.
Oh yeah, with their big guns.
Peacemakers,
big guns,
handlers,
big guns and blue helmets.
But yeah, I just feel like even neighbouring countries, even if it's not America, even if it's not the UK, but like, what the fuck is India? And like, they just can't fuck with them. That's all. China's too China.
I tell you what. UN peacekeepers on the African continent.
What about the Islamic states? All the money they fucking got. Like, arm yourselves, bitch, and go and save your Muslim brothers and sisters. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh, they do it covertly. So, the US, and well, not just the US. The US during the 90s, 80s, 70s, really perfected the playbook.
Yeah.
But the European powers, the Espanols, the English, the British Empire, ruled Britannia.
Yeah.
They all were the founding fathers of covert warfare.
Yeah.
Of pulling the strings to have conflicts that were beneficial.
Yeah.
Without actually putting boots on the ground.
Yeah, being manipulative.
Yeah. It's mental and emotional warfare, circumstantial warfare.
Yeah.
But
when it's too late, it's too late. They're not going to be able to do anything. They're not going to be able to save any of these people.
Drop a nuke.
But to be honest, there's not even anyone saying they want to save these people. So it's like,
to be fair with you, yeah.
Well, how many more exposés do we need and secret cameras do we need? Bitch, like, fucking, what are we doing this for?
Yeah, you
don't need to sit for an hour and watch this torture.
No.
For the 18th time.
You wait and see. In this decade, maybe at the latest in the next decade, someone's going to drop a nuke.
Yeah.
They're going to have to.
They're going to have to.
Because the dick swinging, it's not enough.
No.
It's not enough. Look, Ukraine, there's an actual war on the European.
And well done,
continent.
Ukraine. They've done amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Didn't expect it. I really didn't. Yeah.
Yeah, but well, they're being funded by the UN, the UK, the
They're supposed
US,
to. What's the
France,
point?
all this and that.
But it's still, if you can't hold it down yourself, look how late them motherfuckers was with everything.
Yeah.
They left them alone for 6 months at least with barely fucking anything.
Ooh, the money was going through.
Barely.
You know the black budget.
But they needed shit like that. They couldn't get there, and like they were fucked. So it was like, I think that America was. Remember, I was saying they would say to everyone else, "You give them your shit, and we'll get you later."
Yeah.
And then even then they had to wait months for like planes, and this is Russia coming for you. This ain't like fucking, I don't know, like Ireland coming for you. Imagine. Knocking on the door. So we're fucking taking over today.
Come on,
get the
Toyd.
fuck out, you
Come on,
fucking
Toyd.
bastard.
Get outside. We're having a piss fight.
Having a fucking scuffle.
Piss fight. Kick your face in.
But yes,
But that's not
I did have the next topic, but
Was it this one here?
It's cast asunder. Oh yeah.
Okay.
So speaking of Sony,
Well, hey.
Gloria. Oh no, it's actually not Sony. Oh fuck's sake! I thought I could have thrown some slight shade there, but anyway. So Gloria Villas, do you know her?
No.
Okay, so
Who that?
I guess she's most known as like video vixen. She did rap as well.
So let me
Puerto
just check her name.
like 90s, early 2000s. Gloria Villas.
Maybe I know her.
You'll definitely recognise her for
How is the surname spelled?
Velez. Or Z for the Americans.
Oh, I know who that is.
See.
I know who that
She still looks like that now, by the way. But so she said that Tupac stepped in and stopped her sacrifice in '97.
Really?
Yeah. So just for background, she was at the time she was 17.
Yeah.
And she was pregnant by Aaron Hall.
Okay.
And basically they were going like for probably a year.
Mm-hmm.
You know how these motherfuckers, especially back then.
Yeah.
But anyway, she's 17, pregnant, and there was a Mother's Day like death row.
Yeah.
Like concert or whatever.
Yeah.
With Interscope, who is under Universal.
Yeah.
And anyway, she's going there, and they'd been through a bunch of shit for the weeks prior.
Mm-hmm.
But he asked her to wear white, so she wore white. A whole bunch of stuff had went down, but she got there or whatever, and when they went in there, there was some situations. She said there was like signs that something wasn't right.
Yeah.
It's a fucking Mother's Day concert. Like, you think what would go wrong?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so she sits down for a while. Aaron's acting mad digi with her and being weird and shit. And then out of nowhere, when they're arguing, a woman comes in and starts going for her, pointing at her, like to fight her. She don't know this woman at all.
Yeah.
But she's pregnant. She's thinking, what the fuck is, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
So Aaron's like in front of this woman, they're going back and forth, and they like, he knows her or whatever, and they're talking and like being rare. Anyway, she's seen guys coming out from like wherever, like circling in on them, like walking around them and shit. She's thinking, what the fuck is going on? Like, what is going on here? Anyway, she's about to go and get into it. Tupac comes in and he goes, what the fuck? I told you lot, not her. That's Aaron's girl. What the fuck are you doing? So then they're like going back and forth and arguing, and then he basically gets them lot, like the girl and the guys and stuff, to fuck off. And then he turns to Aaron and he said, you just need to go now. Like, don't be hanging around here for too long.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, she's obviously like, weeks have gone by and she's like gotten information here and there, and it turns out he had decided for her in the weeks before. They asked him to pick someone, because they were gonna elevate him, and this is Death Row, so this is Dre, and so on.
Mm-hmm.
And he picked her. He knew she was pregnant. They knew she was pregnant. He like didn't want to, but at the end of the day, he it's fucking weird. It's warped, but he wanted his I don't know. He wanted his career. Anyway, he picked her. It was confirmed. She was confirmed. Tupac didn't know about it. When he found out about it, then he went in. He died 4 months later.
Ooh.
Yeah. And what they were going to do is have the girl come in, start fight with Gloria like she knows her. So the goal was to drag her outside, kick her to death, beat her to death. I don't know. Just kill her.
Yeah.
Go and dump her body somewhere and say it was a gang thing.
Yeah.
That was the whole setup. And she said if it weren't for him doing that, do you know what I mean? And obviously she knew him from before or whatever. But from that she knew Tupac was in it. Obviously Aaron was in it.
Yeah.
They're all in it.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, he just weren't gonna. Tupac stood up for something, I guess, within the ranks, and it didn't go his way. Eventually.
Do you think Tupac was involved knowingly, or it was like?
He was in the. I guess I'll just call it straight up. What it is? He's in the cult.
Yeah.
He just weren't for that. And then when you step into someone else's shit, it's not your place. But yeah, you can't be doing that. And they take it. These are cult motherfuckers. Take it very seriously.
It's true. It's true.
And they pick dates and shit. Like once it's confirmed, they'll pick a date and it'll be like coincided with things. Yeah, it has to be lined up spiritually.
Ew. Allegedly. Meek Mill finds trouble in Ghana. Now,
yeah,
my only assumption, my only thing that I had heard of Meek Mill getting in trouble for was at the Davis boxing fight.
Yeah, what happened to that? Because I don't even know what that is.
Dick swinging.
Was he fighting?
No.
Oh.
No, just they had like a verbal occasion and then he left and then in true Meek Mill fashion,
yeah,
Twitter fingers, jumped on Twitter and like 3-4 posts about I just left before it got too much and no.
Some people don't grow up today, kind of.
No, they don't.
It is. I thought Twitter. I thought Joe had matured him, but no. Yeah.
It's part of his image. So it seems like most people go through seasons and cycles.
Yeah.
So the growth and maturity isn't genuine. It's just at the point where you are closest to your last checking. Because it seems like people generally speaking are serial line steppers, serial piss takers. So they get checked in life. They're humbled a little bit. Yeah. But when that wears off,
they're back to the bullshit.
They're back in the game.
Chris Brown, I'm thinking of. He's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bless him.
Yeah.
Talented, but
yeah, fucking mad.
But can you blame them? Because I mean, when you weigh up his fuck ups in comparison to his successes as a recording artist, as a performer, as a dancer, even as an actor, okay, he hasn't been able to really bounce back and live down the whole. No,
he messed up his
incident.
His trajectory. He fucked that up.
Yeah.
I mean, we consider him like he's too young to be a legend, but he's like an icon.
Yeah.
For our generation, anyway.
Yeah.
And he's not where he should be. He should be doing Michael Jackson type things now because he's got the breadth to go for 20 years. Yeah. Technology, we've got 20 more years of technology. Yeah. He can ride the Michael shit out like the virtual this and that's now.
It's true.
Because he's young and but he was blacklisted. That's blacklisted to me.
Yeah.
I know it doesn't seem that way, but like when you're on one trajectory and they're like, and it's now facing downwards for a while, like.
Well, didn't they cancel his?
Yeah, recently.
They did.
Yeah, with the AMA, so.
Which is a shame. But, I mean.
Yeah, that was just a joke, really.
Yeah, people make not mistakes. People do things and at some point either lynch him for it or just let it go.
Well, with this and Meek Mill, so he's gone. Why is it, before we even get into this, why is it, if you're, say, British or American or black descent and you go to Africa, they think they're going to be welcomed home, like, to the motherland, like, and fucking this welcome party, like, this is just a normal continent, normal countries, like, you go there and they're normal people. They don't care if you're black.
They don't.
Don't give a fuck.
What way it is,
like, what?
I think.
Strange.
I think and I suspect. I might be wrong here. So if this needs a correction, I might be wrong.
Yeah.
But especially in the deep south of the US, culture the African culture has been very much diluted and whitewashed, and
unless you're in like New Orleans or Atlanta and some,
and even in New Orleans, it's more of a Creole influence than you know. Yeah. But there is the few little leftovers of like certain superstitions, some practices as well.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
But ultimately, the Deep South, the culture that was adopted, was redneck culture
for sure.
So, sorry, African Americans from the Deep South, but your culture right now, reflects the misinformation and the poor education that, and the lies you were lied to. Yeah, the world was lied to.
I think there's a benefit concept there, so it's not just him there. There's bare rappers and shit. Yeah. So there's that, but then he's gone up in the presidential palace. Can't just walk in there, obviously. Like, so you need invite. So he said he doesn't think that the people who arranged it knew they were filming, because it was one kid with a camera that he had to do it. Yeah. But he shot a whole music video, down on his knees, fucking this and that to the camera. Motherfucker, do you know what I mean? Him standing at a podium, which is where the president most likely, like, and he's there with his gang, like, and the Ghanaian people said, no, like, do you not know where you are? Well, did you not see the entrance, the gates? Did you not see the royal guard?
For him to have gotten past the gates, he would have had to grease some palms. Right. For him to have gotten into the man, grease some palms. So, unfortunately, the youthful countries of Africa, and West Africa in particular, are still so young that corruption is what would have been the same in, say, the 1700s, 1800s, where...
Would you think that, like, he's big out there? Because I don't go assuming that some, like, Americans, and I don't go assuming they're big out there.
You know what? With the Instagram, and social media, as soon as he gets there, people know Meek Mill's in the country.
And wouldn't you do, like, a more... like a rap about something inspirational, at least? Like, would you not...
It makes more sense to go and do some poverty pimping in the...
So you do, like, if you're that big in it and you go somewhere foreign and you're like doing a show or some outreach or going to the presidential palace, you want to be able to use the opportunity to, like, inspire the... whatever.
On the topic of poverty pimping, do you remember when Snoop Dogg tried to poverty pimp Jamaica and Rastas were denouncing him within 6 months?
Because he did go there, didn't he, for a while? Yeah. Didn't he do a documentary out there as well?
Yeah, it was called Rebirth. Oh, wow. How long did that rebirth last?
A year, barely.
It was barely a cocoon.
He'll probably say it's for life, but he's always smoked weed. That don't make you a Rasta.
Yeah, no, it don't. He tried to put a spiritual meaning to his drug habit. Yeah. And
he just wanted to use the colours for his Rizla line. That's all I think.
Yeah. And frankly, Rastafarians, dreads, don't. It's not actually written and set in stone that they must smoke weed. No, like there's a
lot of people that say it's part of their religion because it's part of what, like, this how they whatever ways praise worship. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a Rasta,
but they're Orthodox. They follow closely the Orthodox Christian,
the teaching. Ethiopian.
Yeah. So
version.
That's true. The Ethiopian version. That's true.
Still Christian, but I mean,
I don't think
you can class it as a denomination.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, I mean, it's considered its own religion. That's what I'm saying. It's like
it's closer to the.
Do you worship Haile Selassie or Jesus? Which one? Because I'm sorry, they worship him. Yeah. You can have a king, fucking hell, but, like, calm down. Yeah. I always thought that.
Well, next to Marcus Garvey,
especially because he had no like, do you know what I mean? Later on he did, but he's not Jamaican.
He's not, but he was a powerful. Wasn't he one of the first, if not the only, continental Africans who
kind of like got out there
and had a not just a genuine investment out there, but like
other black nations and having a way, like, something to say, I guess.
Yeah, because all the others were just colonized puppets that I've got to be here for a photo op and I'm off and I'm out.
Facts.
Yeah, he
was a king of the people.
Yeah,
one of them.
Emperor Selassie was a man of his own will and interest.
Right.
He wasn't
definitely.
He wasn't a.
He made so much money as well.
It's true. He wasn't a British emissary by ways of Nigeria.
Yeah.
Not to say Nigerians. I'm not calling out the Nigerians.
Don't come for us.
Don't start opening your nyash hole to shit on me.
Oh, don't.
Right. Is it fair to just end it abruptly like that?
Yeah, Meek Mill, he knows what he did.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So BMW's got a colour changing car, and they've showcased it. Yeah,
so it's quite interesting.
It's gonna be banned. They are not.
Do you think?
Yeah, they're not going to.
Well, look at all these TV screens they've got in the cars now. Like, they really take the piss because they say all these things, and yet they're letting these manufacturers do this. So it's like, what do you need? What do you want? It's like it's all for show now.
I could rob a bank.
Well, yeah. Well, like, I think there's going to be something to go along with it. That's what I think. Like, an acknowledgement of its technology within authorities, so they can be like, okay, blah blah, something on a registration,
license plate. Plate will just
something to signal that it's got that in it. Because other brands are going to start doing this. They've just not done it yet. But after a year, BMW, whatever technology that is, someone's going to find it out and be able to legally reproduce that.
Of course. I remember, and this is back in the days, having a conversation, party favours are going, sitting in the car, and I'm like, wouldn't it be great to have a 360 dome shaped camera on the top of your car and have your car wrapped in a screen?
Oh, that exists though. They've done mad shit like that. I have seen, like, over the years, it's things that, oh my god, like,
at the time I thought no one else has done that.
But they stopped showing stuff like that a long time ago. Really, they used to be more open.
Yeah, it's really become a closed market.
Yeah,
like concept cars. And
I mean, it's impressive though, because it's like, you would think it was like a screen. No, like, it's weird. It looks like it's emanating light, but she said there's no lights, there's no LED, there's literally nothing. It's like a layer of
that's nanotechnology then.
Like electronic. There's a pane of electronic, like, I guess I'm thinking really flat.
Yeah.
And it changes, it allows the paint to react and change on command.
So that's like, you remember at one point there was those paints where
I'll show you.
It's violet in dry conditions, and when it starts to rain it will turn green or it'll turn black.
Like, they figured out how to do that with electric somehow.
They must have tortured so much octopuses and chameleons, and
imagine. I wonder where they've even like sourced that shit from. It is from under the sea usually.
Under the sea, they grab Sebastian and make him sing.
Okay, so just got to turn this down because we'll get copywritten. Anyway, you can skip the ad.
Copywritten.
But it's like in the video, guys, it's like the car's rotating in colours, like flashing. Then I'll turn it all yellow, all black, all pink.
Ooh.
It's mad. And it's all on the remote or your phone or app or whatever.
So I'm watching a clip of CES 2023 BMW colour change paint technology full presentation.
Sick.
It is on the YouTube.
And I wonder why. Like, is it just a fun thing? It's a lot of money. It's a lot of development just to change the colour of your car. Am I missing it? It's because I'm not a driver. I don't know.
Industrialists.
Because that's going to be the add-on for that technology to your car.
Yeah.
When they're making it, when they order it. It's going to be bare money, no?
Oh, yeah. I can see the advertising potential in all this.
I didn't think of that. But I guess you could do anything, not just colours eventually. Like, upload a photo.
I could upload my
Snap.
Titties,
just
I could
titties.
Upload my Snap story on there.
You can have video. Too distracting. What is this now? But like I said, they're allowing everything.
Yeah.
Even the most basic Tesla cars have got that gigantic fucking screen.
Oh yeah.
And they were forced to just turn off the function for like certain, so you can't play a game. That's it. So you can't play a game while you're driving, because motherfuckers were driving and playing the game. They're playing GTA while driving in life. Like, what?
Well, it's a self-driving car, no?
Well, yeah.
So why can you not do that?
Because you got to have some sort of awareness to like what's going on around you right now.
Then
it's not there yet.
They should have gotten absolutely sued. Because
I agree.
I saw a guy. I think it was this year.
Right.
Or, no, earlier on last year in the summer. He's driving a Tesla.
Mm-hmm.
I look to my left. He's coming up to a roundabout.
Right.
This guy has no hands on the steering wheel.
That would scare the fuck out of me. I'm not used to seeing that.
I thought, I covered my brake.
Yeah.
And then I saw him, the way that he pulled out. He pulled out. If the car coming from the right was going any faster, would have slammed him in the back end and made him spin off.
See, but the car knew that.
Yeah, and the car was like, I can make it. And it went.
It's shocking how good it is. I've watched some demo, like I've seen it now, because it's basically like there. It's available and that they can use it when they want. And I'm like, okay, I get. I'm like, wow. But I saw like it's satellites in it.
Yeah.
So that's why it's so good now, because it's got these fucking satellites in the air.
The BMW car that was shown was absolutely great. Was wonderful. Yeah. Unfortunately, it started advertising for the letters people, so I disengaged. It's not my fight. It's not my have it your way.
But yes, guys, we are going to go to an ad break and we'll be right back.
Wait, before we go.
Oh wait, there was someone left.
Was there?
Do you know what?
It was the short angry man.
Yes, Tory Lanez.
Dance, bitch.
So he admitted in a phone call to their best friend, like, like several hours after it, he was in lockup or whatever, where they'd taken him into custody straight away. Mm-hmm. She was still in the hospital. I'm going to put we're going to have the phone call in here, but he basically says he's sorry, and he was drunk, and she's never going to forgive him. He knows that, but all of this shit. And then he's like to Kelsey, like, where's she at? And she's hesitating to say which hospital. Then he asks her again. I think she says it. And then he's like, just do what you got to do to bail me out. And she's like, okay. Like, this Kelsey best friend's a little sketel. Like a little two-faced backstabbing. Like, what are you talking about? Your girl is in the hospital. She's just got been shot by this motherfucker. You're accepting his call from the prison to be I can't.
Dick will have you doing strange things.
I can't.
Allegedly, I wouldn't know.
Allegedly. But like, yeah, I was just shocked as fuck, honestly. But not so. I already said he did it. Like, I knew he fucking did it. But her? Wow. So I was believing the stories about her saying like
he didn't do it. It's all a conspiracy. Have you seen what he's doing now? He's got his dad outside the court going, it's the devil! Yeah, it's the devil! It's the devil! Jay-Z and Rock Nation, it's them and it's them. It's like, your son admitted it. Tory Lanez one of them ones who will not. He'll think he can have like I'm sorry. But no, everyone, no, I didn't do it. Like he actually thought he could, and he's dragging it out confidently. So what do you reckon? Do you want to place bets?
Yeah.
He's looking at up to 23 years. So, and because he's Canadian, he's definitely getting deported.
Oh, he's gotten. Yeah.
So
back to Toronto, wherever the fuck he's from.
He's from Toronto by ways of Jamaica.
Oh, is he Jamaican?
Well, by ways of Jamaica.
Allegedly.
By ways.
By ways.
It's like the lady at the palace.
They had
you're British. You're where? You're from?
They had a layover. We're Jamaican now.
The path you take to end your journey doesn't matter as long as you end the journey. It's what's important.
I think you get 15 to 20 years.
15 to 20.
Yeah. 100%, because he's lied and he's still like he's a psycho. So.
Well,
they're like, bye.
Well, I do believe a big time lawyer is taking on.
Yeah, of course.
Is it? I think it's Suge Knight's lawyer.
Yeah, and the only reason is because of the public outcry. Like, there's people who actually are swallowing the shit. Listen, I heard that phone call on a blog, so the mass public ain't gonna be hearing this shit. Like, it's not reported. No one gives a fuck on that level. You have to read into an article to probably see something like that. It's classed as gossip, entertainment, like to newspapers and shit. Even though it's a criminal case, it's not like a doctor or a fucking governor or a politician.
It's an entertainment case. Hey, there's actually a bit of a trend building here.
Right.
Ever since all the Judge Judys and and divorce courts and this and that, and the popularity of airing out dirty laundry publicly. Every year since the bug came around, there has been a big major court case that has dominated.
That's true.
The entertainment,
one after the other.
Yeah, consecutives. Like there's a two month break, and boom.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to go to jail.
Yeah, John Depp can go fuck himself now. I found out his best friends with Marilyn Manson. They got matching tattoos and. Yeah, that's not good. He used to, like, why isn't he in jail, by the way? Like, it's proven that he used to lock women, his girlfriends, in like plastic see-through boxes.
Really?
Made out of that plastic on tour that you get on tour, and it's soundproof.
Is it?
Just lock them in there for fun. Like dogs.
Ooh.
And he openly worships Satan. All of this shit, why isn't he in jail? And Kanye West, fucking, you're a fucker for that. Putting him in, like, on stage with him. And it was Sunday services and shit. He's just fucking manipulating you, prick. Or are you just trying to win him, like, favour because you're in on this shit?
Because white lives matter.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because white lives matter.
Blue lives matter.
Yeah, that motherfucker's, like, fucking frozen. No soul there at all, mate. Frozen meat. Fuck's sake. The devil's just levitating him along.
Is it true, the whole removing ribs so he could suck his own dick?
Yes. Kim Kardashian's had her ribs removed. I know people don't talk about it. Wow. I noticed when her ribs went, is when her body went, and I'm looking at her like, you've done it. I know, like, in the 90s and further, like, I used to hear, and when I first heard that, I was like, huh? Like, you can actually, they just take away the bottom two, the smallest ones.
Really?
And it just brings your whole circumference in like that. And you don't really technically need them, I guess.
Nah, man.
You need them, of course you do. Man. But yeah, she's had them taken out. I know she has.
Imagine getting a liver shot and you ain't got ribs, just there to kind
That's what I mean.
Protect you.
They trust their security, I guess.
Kim can't trust her security.
One Tekken punch.
Just one.
She's fucked. Don't let Courtney know. Courtney be like, bitch.
Oh, that's it. Spontaneous thing here.
Okay.
Let's advertise what we need to advertise.
Oh yeah, before we forget. Yeah, so guys, sorry, podcast brain. That's the new term, podcast brain.
Okay.
But yes, guys, so I dropped an EP, yes. And it's called Missing Pieces.
Yes.
And it's missing pieces basically from like music I've put out in the past.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of it's unheard. If you like know me or followed me, you probably heard some stuff before. But there's a lot of people who haven't. So 12 songs, all on YouTube, easy to access, just made it easy for people. And new stuff some point this year. But yeah, go and enjoy that.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
Is there any collaborators, any small businesses or creators you want to shout out?
No, but maybe next episode I will actually. But yeah, another venture is Skin Saint.
Yes.
That's a Vexxed Art brand.
It's a Vexxed Art brand.
It's a Vexxed Art brand. And this name's Skin Saint because I used to have allergies that fucked my skin up. Like, always had something going on. Yeah. And, discoloration if you're black or brown.
Black.
Your keloid scars, like all sorts. I remember when I was like, I don't know, I think I was like 8, yeah. And there was a kid who had difficulties. Mm-hmm. And he was swinging his arm in the playground and he whacked me, yeah. And I went to the floor. All of this was scarred for like a year. I remember certain things that like my parents would use on me and it went like, so I know how to deal with scarring and stuff. But anyway, this product line specifically has stuff that I know works.
Yeah.
Formulated in the Nordics.
Yes.
But yeah, like trouble skin, anything you need, it's going to be ready and available like some point this year, but just letting people know now.
Okay.
So yeah, go to skinsaint.uk and register your interest. Money off when we launch and stuff.
Yes.
Gonna be sick.
You want to drop your socials?
Yes, at Saint Blades.
Yes.
At Vexxed Uncensored. At Skin Saint GB.
Yes, of course.
And of course at Vexxed Art Music as well. So that's Instagram, Twitter, whatever you're on, you can find us.
Yeah, you can find us out there. I'm gonna say just a cheeky little shout out to
always.
Cheeky little shout out to Shiny Suit Theory.
Yes.
You're doing good, young sir.
Yeah.
Keep on going.
I love this stuff.
Keep on pushing. sportswear, caps, leisure wear.
Nice.
It's all out there. And last but not least, fuck you.
Fuck you. Okay. Well, we're going to go to the ads and we'll be right back, guys. So yeah, go check out all our stuff.
Here at Vexxed Uncensored, we like to strive to be our best selves, whatever that means for us. So we couldn't be happier to partner up with the medical tourism company Pure Ada. They provide a variety of healthcare services, from everything including dental work to IVF treatments. Even more, cosmetic procedures such as liposuction, facelift, and rhinoplasty. All taken care of in the best clinics and hospitals Turkey has to offer. They have many insurance options to find out the best fit for you. And to find out more, contact us on social media or head over to pureada.co.
Welcome back to Vexxed Uncensored with me, Sent. He hates this.
and me Moveda.
And we are in the favourite part of the show, Vex Moments. It's where we talk about what's pissed us off this week, what's bothered us, and shit like that. Yeah, your warning growl.
Yeah, I was vexed. I was framing at the mouth. I was like, I can't stand this shit. I can't stand January and no, my New Year's resolution. New year, new me. I'm getting it this year. I'm getting it this year, baby.
I know.
Shut your shit.
You don't know what the fuck's gonna happen this year. Brace yourself.
Your shit. For real. For real.
You should be brace yourself.
You know what? Funnily enough, the one New Year's resolution that so far I've stuck to was last year's New Year's resolution.
What was that? Gym and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was gym.
Yeah. I don't do them. Never have.
I tried. My
family never did them, thinking about it, actually, no.
Didn't you? See,
seemed weird.
Despite being a constant outcast,
I
have tried to be part of mainstream society and enjoy Christmas and enjoy New Year's and do birthdays and this and that. And unfortunately, in my experiences, they've been quite like, oh, fuck you, get on with it. It's New Year's.
Yeah.
If you
it was a tight excuse to get drunk.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
But,
if you ain't got it in ya to shake a bit of arse and make a change on a Thursday, why would it matter because it's the 31st or the 1st of a new year?
It doesn't.
It don't.
You're the same person.
In fact, it kind of breeds an ignorant mindset of, oh, an external factor has changed, so that means that I am now able to change. Yeah,
it's always their goal. It's not like, I want to be less this or I want to be like, you know what I mean? It's never like shit like that. It's like, I want to do this, I want to do this, go here, go there.
Yeah.
It's never a personal development.
It's not. So, fuck your resolutions.
Right, so you prepared?
Yeah. I was like, right, you can be a fat ass, lazy motherfucker. You got 2 months to get comfortable and get past like the social discomfort of walking.
Break the hymen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, never did them. Don't get them.
Yeah.
I think it's like wishful thinking. Manifestation, whatever they talk about. I'm manifesting my dreams.
Manifesting. That's witchcraft. Bit of judge.
Witchcraft.
Bit of judge, just bang it. Don't worry, just bang it.
But yeah,
black candles and burning sage.
It's my new. They don't even know they've got a whole altar in their living room and shit. And they'd be like, no, it's just my spirit guide. Like, they don't even know they're witches.
They're witches. Wiccans.
I read actually yesterday that it's like, maybe this is just propaganda, but they were like, it's, you know, the younger generations and stuff are becoming spiritualists and witches and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think they knew, the people that were talking about don't even know they're witches. But they're saying how it's, you know, more popular than religion and all that now.
Every 20...
Horoscopes, that's witchcraft.
Yeah.
You're deciphering God's secrets. He's put things and written things in the stars. Like, that's his business. It's not yours.
I get
and a certain someone come and educate people what that means, and now they live their life by it. Like, it's insane.
I hate it now because I can't roll back and forget the witchcraft. But like, if I know someone something, I know how they're gonna be, and they always fucking are. But you're not meant to use that to fucking like that's manipulation. That's
Satan will give you the impression of free will, but
I have a gift for you.
They're up in my bum.
Nothing's free. Speaking about nothing's free, Spotify. This is my vexed moment, I guess. But Spotify's been sued now by multiple artists. Finally,
right.
It's only taken 10 years, like, because of the small market percentages and royalties and the fact that they make billions a year. They're like, everyone and anybody, put your music on our platform. Don't give a fuck if you just made it in your bedroom. Put it on our platform. We'll distribute it so everyone can get it on their phones. So now we've got like billions of songs, or a billion songs or something, and we're paying all you motherfuckers 0.01 penny on a stream. And that's Spotify. I know that's Spotify. That's what I get from Spotify. It's different for a different stream, but they're all within the same fucking bracket. Like, no one's paying over $1 or £1.
Okay.
No one's paying 50p. Like, not that I know.
Yeah.
No, like, if someone buys your album, it's still the old school. You get that money. Like, it depends on your deal with your distributor.
Yeah. But
they're suing them, and I'm like, great. But at the same time, like, it's sad that we've just all been doing this. Really, even me personally, like. Even with this EP, like I went in direction of more it being available and exposure rather than find out any financial gain, because they're not paying me as far as I'm concerned. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather get exposure and potentially make money off it later.
Yeah. It makes sense.
Do you know what I mean? And then get it straight up, get that small, like, you know what I mean? I just don't think. I think it's alright for albums and stuff, but because this isn't an album, it's just But like, I think it's despicable. We're slaves. Like, these songs is for a lot of why I put them out as well. I spent a lot of time on them. It's work. Like, I spent a lot of fucking hundreds of hours on these songs. Like, I've written them. They're not all biographical, but a lot of them are. Like, do you know what I mean? No, I would never say like details, but because I like people to make their own like interpretations for themselves. But you know, I put a lot of time and effort, and I'm getting paid fuck all.
Pennies on the pound, mate.
Yeah,
pennies on the pound. And
as soon as you make a penny from anything, you're a professional. That is,
it?
That's how that works. So you can do something as a hobby. I never did music as a hobby. I was produced, and then was recording in Holland, and then came, and then like I continued to record. It wasn't really a thing of like, this is a hobby. It was like, you need a good product, started the label. Like, it was never just for fun. Do you know what I mean? And I think because my dad was a professional, so like, it's one of them. It wasn't like a game. So like, it would be nice if I got like if I got paid. Like, you got to do shows that's the only time I made money from, you know, other than associated like things to music, is mainly doing shows. Like, you're getting paid hundreds of pounds to perform 45 minutes. Like,
true.
Do you know what I mean? And it's just tied up. Like, even what studio time costs to put music out these days. Like, do you know how big of a following you would need to even break even?
That's true.
It's like, that's why people do mixtapes and unofficial shit, which technically slows your career down. Like, I'm from experience. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can only do promotional music for so long. You gotta like ask people for money eventually because you're not legitimate.
It's true.
If you touch more than one stage or a major stage, you can't be like giving shit away for free. But I am now, because working on new shit that's be different. But I just feel like this needs to change. Since when is this alright in any other industry? In all these countries, like the first nation, first world country.
Yeah. Well, to be fair with you, I'm going to advocate for the injustices that everyone faces, at least in the UK. The UK still practices an ageist pay system. So people will tell you, oh yeah, we have minimum wage laws. But under 18s to this day are only earning $6.58. So that kid that you see at the desk at McDonald's or or in Greg's or in whatever retail place, and you can tell that they're under 21, under 18.
They're getting paid
they're
like
on £6.58.
I'm trying to think what I was getting paid at that age, and it couldn't have been more than £5.50.
Yeah, no, it couldn't. And you know, with the way that society has gone, that means that there are people, and they're living alone. They're footing their whole little hostel room. They're they're emancipated. They're completely independent.
Yeah,
and they're being punished for working under a certain age.
I think you should always be paid on efficiency. Like, I always got sucky situations when I was younger because it was like I was good at what I did, got paid shit because of my age.
Yeah. And
it was like, but I'm doing everything more that these people were doing, but I'm getting paid like a lot less.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm staying late and they just expect you to do more. Like, so it's almost like and it's hard for me to do because if I'm getting paid for something, I make sure I do a good job, but it makes you just feel like minimal effort.
Yeah, the dark side of meritocracy.
And they wonder why things are slow.
It's true. You're rewarded for how long it takes you to do a task.
Right.
As opposed to how efficient and to what standard you do the task.
The fact we can all, like, everyone can choose to take their own pace at work. If it's a busy day, right, you don't have a choice, but like, you can drag some stuff out all day if you want to. And if you're efficient, you can do that because you're slow. It ain't that someone else is slow.
Yeah.
So
this is one of the more disappointing parts of my working life.
Yeah.
At the point where I had already mentally signed out of being a labourer and being a bricklayer.
Yeah.
The gentrification of Lewisham town centre and the train station. I was working on site on one of those buildings over there.
Yeah.
Working for an agency. The agency fucked.
They always.
me over.
Oh, I hate them. Sorry, I do hate job agencies.
I was sent to go and put some protective sheets over carpets. They were expecting me to do about 50 floors. No. I think it was 15 or 20 floors.
Oh, right.
And I got up there. It was hot. I started laying down.
Yeah.
I slept.
Yeah.
I slept and woke up. It was like 5:45. I'm pretty sure my manager, the person, like, came up and found me sleeping and
Right.
I'm going to teach you a lesson and leave you there. And frankly, I had a wonderful sleep.
Yeah.
I am so happy that they left me there and that they didn't. I never got paid for it, but
yeah, but who was worth it?
Yeah, who gives a shit? Go
my
fuck
day,
yourself.
I don't know how I used to get so drunk and then be literally still up from the next day and then get to work that same morning and like no one could tell.
Youth.
Yeah, youth.
Youth, mate.
You know what I mean? You're like, oh, it's extra 10 times harder today, but like no one could tell. So
the torture we put ourselves through.
Yeah.
In our youth to impress, to earn respect, or to. I'm not gonna go as far as saying you shouldn't give a fuck what people think about you, how you're perceived. No. Decorum matters.
It does.
How your peers view you and perceive you matters. Yeah. But I wouldn't go so far as killing myself over it.
Mm. Oh yeah, for sure. Like, yeah, but I'm like. Yeah, just to mention also, thinking about it, the fact that like when someone gets monetized on YouTube,
yeah,
they pay more than Spotify,
or
Apple Music or any, 100%. I think for 1,000 views on YouTube, you get like $5 at least.
That's good.
That's a lot more than for Spotify.
And then the bastards in the media will spin it as, oh yeah, but it's not video content and the engagement and the clicks, you can't advertise from it. So
but yeah, on Spotify, like, you can't, if you don't, a lot of people don't pay for it, so you're getting ads up the arse.
Yeah,
on everything, on all, like, you go to the album, say my album and play it or whatever, but if you ain't paid or just a normal account, and you're getting all sorts of shit. Who even said that I wanted, do you know what I mean? Yeah. You don't think of those things as an artist?
It's true.
Like, I don't fucking think of that. I just expect people to be able to go straight to it on any platform I put it on or whatever. Like, you expect people to pay, that's the point. I don't know. It's like their rules. They make the most money out of the rule changes they make. It used to be simplified. There weren't even videos on Spotify. So they elevate. Why aren't we getting more money? Just, again, like, it's a joke. It's a joke, you know what I mean? Alright, it keeps us on our toes because we have to find new ways to make money and like whatever, but like, yeah. My other Vex segment, just really quick about it, really. Don't want to dwell on it. But no, there's definitely, like, I've noticed an influx. Everyone's doing dissertations now on YouTube, like 1 hour breakdowns of like everything, yeah? Do you know what I mean? And they're getting so many views, it's the new thing in it, so they're all on it. But like, I've seen people now, there's an influx of people taking things that are trending on TikTok, on Twitter, and then going through it, like deciding to be serious about it. So like, light skin, dark skin thing is once again, like with the younger generations,
Yeah.
Namely obviously like darker skin people going for the lighter skin people because you know they're again treated better in society and stuff. And in the same breath saying, we know it's not the light skinned people's fault. We know it's not your fault, but like, you can work your whole life and like they'll give you this much credit.
Yeah.
People, you can't see my fingers, but they're very tightly closed
Like
together.
a little pew, pew,
Like a little
pew.
bit of like go through 'em.
A little midge.
You know what I mean? You'll get this much fucking credit for just anything because of light skin, like. But it's very, like, in any situation, there's anomalies to all systems.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I grew up with darker skinned people than me who made it, like, making much more money. They've got much more exposure. They've been accepted more because there's more, they get to, like, I've got people them to actually, like, put my shit in front of and they're going to connect with it straight away.
Yeah.
People assume mixed race people, we can get in front of any screen or whatever and, like, apply to anyone. But it takes actually quite a lot of greasing, like, to get there to where you're universal and you can like sell to the blacks, the whites, the fucking Asians, whoever thinks you're one of them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Takes a lot of greasing. Like, I was watching things about old Hollywood movies and how like if you were black, they separated movies as movies and then race movies. They called them race movies, which was just the black actors or actors of color. And if you wanted to be in a normal movie, you had to play a maid or a servant. There were like 5 roles you could take.
Is this where the dresses come in too?
Yeah, and you got to make fun of yourself, and the N-word was used like water in these movies. Darky was used, half caste, like all the worst things they could say, like to refer to us, but they were very limited. And I just feel like in certain sectors, like a lot of these mixed race artists passed back then.
Yeah.
I think it was like because they were so segregated that when someone could actually be like, if they were brave enough to go into a white society and say they're white and one person believes them, it was good. When now it's so mixed, everyone knows like mostly what people are.
At the risk of sounding
it was infiltration,
racist.
And not all mixed race people can pass, obviously.
Yeah, that's the one. It's the genetics.
And they forget that.
It's the genetics.
It's the genetics.
You want to get. What you want.
You know the old Hollywood movies, the black people used to darken their skin more for the films because that was required for their roles. Right. Do you know what I mean? So people are being portrayed. They're not even that colour.
Is this in the black and white era?
Yeah, because the black and white shows dark skin people are actually like quite bright, to be honest. So when they put a mixed person on, they're bright.
Oh, so they look white.
So they could pass, like, unless you saw them out. They used to walk around with umbrellas. Do you remember?
Yeah.
So they don't get their real complexion.
Oh my
You compel yourself as a mixed race person because people don't remember, like, we're hybrids.
Oh my God.
We can pale ourselves and darken ourselves with the sun. So it's like very odd. But yeah, I just want to remind people, like, don't hate on people. Like, there's an exception to every rule. Do you know what I mean? I technically, by those rights, I should be far away. I should be looking down on people if that was the case, and that's not the case.
Just be like black.
Do you know what I mean? Like, they're just, darker than me. 100%.
Do you know what?
100%. Like, people treat me all sorts of ways. I was talking about just recently experiencing racism from Asian people, and it's shocked the fuck out of me because I've never experienced this before. And I'm like, okay, so in this decade, like, I must look a little bit more Asian in this part of my life. Like, I'm mixed with that, and it's strange because I'm like not familiar with it at all. What my maternal grandfather is Indian. I don't know him. Never met him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like, sorry guys, I don't know Hindi. I eat curry, that's it.
I've got no rebuttal.
But I've been getting really like bad treatment from Asian people, namely Indian, like I'm talking about, Indian people.
Just say it.
Sri Lankans, they're either Sri Lankan, Indian, Pakistani, and they're looking on me and treating me as if like, you're like one of them in our society back home where like you're a day walker, bitch. You're a day walker.
In true Hollywood let me in fashion.
Yeah.
As a darkie, it's always the darkies. It's the blacks, like the darks.
And again, they won't be saying that if I spent 2 weeks in the sun. They won't even be saying that. So it's like
they'll start shooting you. Like
I remember one time I went where did we go? I can't remember. I went away in secondary school.
You told me this. I know where you went. You went Turkey.
Right. And 2 weeks, I think. Anyway, again, when you live in England, you don't really like catch much sun. Mm-hmm. So I went away for 2 weeks. Me personally, I got a completely different complexion. And because I am mixed, when I'm darker, my features do suit the darker complexion, and I just look a very different person. Yeah. Even to the point where out there, people was like, see me in the first week, come to work on the second week in the hotel, and be like, huh? So I come to school back from, and there are people who didn't know my race, my actual race, that were like, how the fuck did you get that dark? Like, baffled. Baffled. Like, literally, like, to the point where it was funny, like, baffled. And I'm like, I'm black.
They're like, black?
My dad is black. They're like, huh? Like, literally, like, what? Yeah. And it wasn't just white people either, like, no black people. It was, like, Turkish people, or, like, white people, or, like, anyone who wasn't black or mixed or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was just so strange and funny, but, yeah, I've been getting it from Asian people, and it shocked me. And I'm just like, they don't even know I'm not Asian like that. Like, you know what I mean? I'm quarter technically. We're like, it's like, huh? Yeah. So just because they don't see like what I am predominantly, it's just very odd. So like, yeah, I don't know. But stop that. It's not nice.
Stop it.
I don't do it to like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not fair.
You have to say, stop it. I don't like it.
Yeah, because when like skin people, if they're ever in the mind of like going there for dark skin people, they've got a problem. Like, it's a sickness. It's similar to racism. It's not racism, obviously. Very similar. Like, that shows a warped mindset. Yeah. So when it comes for light skinned people, as if we also carry that kind of like, we're being pulled up and we're willing to go, bitch. Like, we're willing, like, yeah. It's very horrible, you know what I mean? So. Wow. And if you do that, you're a fucked up bitch anyway. So it's like, but if you go for a light skinned person, it's like rain falling from the sky. It's like.
Do you realise you just said doo doo?
I always say doo doo. Like, always say doo doo.
Me, I'm a doo doo Nazi.
Yeah.
No association to the Third Reich.
No.
What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something derogatory. Oh, that's it. I'm a pure filth animal.
Right.
Light skin, dark skin, brown skin. I don't really care.
Chinese,
Puerto Rican, or Haitian. You can get this dick. That's it.
Yeah, I just think it's all. It's just like the whites did this. This their caste system. Why are you upholding it for? Like, why are you doing that for? It doesn't make sense. Can't get away from the positive discrimination thing that they're doing with black people and like Asian people. Every advert is like one black parent, one white parent, and a mix of this kid. Like, they're using us.
Yeah.
Okay, and as always, but yeah, I just think between us in real life, like, that's fucked up. Mm-hmm. Don't want and in my area, it's a white area, but Asian people work there.
Yeah.
So it's like every shop I go into, I gotta get this. Like,
yeah. Why are you living here?
Be friendly, like blatantly rude.
Yeah.
Like, they'll be saying nice things to the white person and the black person in front of me. Then when I'm in front of them, I don't know from them from Adam, and they're like, they're just rude and difficult and troublesome, and I'm like, you think I'm Asian? In my head, I'm like, you think I'm Asian, and you're putting me in a certain class because their class system is harsh out there. Yeah. People don't realise it's not like subversive over here; it's harsh.
Wouldn't you think it may be a matter of envy more than?
So it's like when I wouldn't go like as dark as you, or for instance, obviously,
I'm offended
because I'm mixed and you're not. But it's like
I'm black. That's why.
I mean, if you imagine like a Sri Lankan person, they have a brown red hue like color. That's the color I go to. That's it. And it don't go away in a week or a month or whatever. It lasts a year and a half. I'll be that color the whole time, and it will fade away.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, I know an irony here. I think in 2006, something like that, I spent a month in Ivory Coast, and I came back black, black, just teeth and eyes. And I loved it. I'm sorry, some black people can't tan. They actually don't catch the sun. There's white people that can't tan. They can't catch the sun. Do you know what I mean? There's mixed race people that cannot tan. I'm sorry, they don't tan. They stay the same yellowy green forever. That's it. That's all they got. You know what I mean? Me, I can literally change. It's different. It's different. And it's my uncles, auntie, like everyone in my family tans. Because if they met me and I was darker skinned, they wouldn't be treating me like that. They'll be friendly. Because you're one of us. Yeah. I just hate the sectioning up of shit. It's just like of mixed race people. It's gotta stop. It's gotta stop. One of the afflictions of the human condition is that pick someone out to bully. Yeah. And someone's got to get it. You have to belong to a big organism. As much as everyone's in this phase of, I'm the star of my own movie. I'm number one. I'm looking and working on myself. Yeah. No, motherfucker, you want to fit in. Yeah. You want to be part of something. Everyone does. Yeah. Everybody does. I've never been ostracized by, whites, but I guess the Asians don't like me either. So what I've only got the black. The blacks. That's all I got. The black. Why is it that you feel like you're one thing more than another? It's like, I go where I'm wanted. Exactly. Different if I grew up in a white neighborhood and don't have that experience, don't know what that would be like. So on the topic of going somewhere, go where you're wanted. Yeah. Now, I've recently refound my amorous nature. Yeah. And I've decided to go where I'm wanted. Right. And it is wonderful. Actually wonderful. Right. I used to listen to all the cannon fodder and the jaded bitches that's in the background like making all the noise, the noise and the segregatory remarks that they make on social media. Yeah. Let me take the veil off. Let me unplug from the Matrix. The Matrix, literally. And just actually be myself. Well, as close to myself as I can publicly be. Right. And see what I catch. What comes up in the net. Okay. And honestly, it's only been wonderful, lovely young women. Right. Yeah, there's no battle axes. There's no more there's no more complicated complexes and like double standards and hypocrisy. No. Genuine, lovely people. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta honestly, the niceties, the more you please people in general, the less they know you. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So it's the more you just don't give a fuck, I guess. You think some people aren't gonna like it. I'm sure there's things on this show people have not liked. Yeah. Do you know what? Oh, yeah. Right. Well, in our last show, I don't know. Oh, not when we talk about this is literally an actual conversation. And this is a show, guys. Remember, if you know us in real life, we're not fake on the show, but in real life, you might sidestep things. You might be like, no, that's not the day. Don't feel like talking about. You know what I mean? But on the show, it's a show. We last show was making a bit of a mockery about a quite serious topic, right? That women go through, right? Or may go through. Not intentionally, just a bit of, I'll say, what can I say? I'll say to the, because again, we don't go through that. We don't know. Yeah, we don't. How that feels. We don't. That's true. There we go. So if I have upset anyone, well, vice versa. We do apologize. Yeah. That you're upset. Yes. But we don't apologize for saying it. No, we don't. No. That's different. My personal opinions and the mockery I make on the show. Yeah. Is the mockery I make on the show. It's the show. Yeah. If you want to know my personal opinions,
Yeah.
you can get to me.
And we're not the worst. Like, there's worse than us out here. Way worse. Way worse.
This is just a bit of tomfoolery, a bit of heavy petting.
Yeah. We don't go to people and then get them on the show and they're like argue in front of people. Like, do you know what I mean? A lot of podcasts be doing that.
Yeah.
And like, we have plenty of people we could just ask and I'm sure they'd want to be on. I'm sure. It's very fun, you know. But like, yeah, I don't know. Sometimes there's a need for it. Not saying we'll never have guests or whatever. But yeah, a lot of podcasts are like that. They're about the warfare. And it's like, okay, that's how you get your streams and shit. Cool. But how am I meant to understand you're genuine in what you're saying when you're just like combative?
I do have a bit of a gripe with the red pill community.
Okay.
Now, as much as I don't disagree with the whole red pill, men go their own way thing. If you've been hurt and you've been jaded and you're too butthurt to get yourself together and get back in the playing field and pay the price it costs to play.
Right.
If you can't do that, then that's fine.
Sit it out.
But please avoid advertising your hurt and affecting others, because
to that
you're no different to the battle axes that are running around putting poisonous advice into young counterparts of your opposite sex.
Right.
Because
there's a lot of that going on as well. And
yeah.
It's just like exhausting. Because it's like there's no one else in between. Like, they know they can't touch the non-binary. They know they can't go to and fro from them. If they were real, they would, because everyone decides to sit down. There's a YouTube channel called Jubilee, now I think of it.
Yeah.
They do strange matchups. Models versus Instagram models. They sit down, they say, walk forward if you've this, and whoever sits down, they talk among each other. Yeah. Usually it's quite good. They come out like mostly good. All sorts of things, like social experience.
Yeah.
And it proves that people can have conversations. They can actually like listen and learn. It's just about intention.
Yeah.
And like there's only men and women to go back and forth between each other, so it's gonna go on forever. And it's just like, what are you getting at? It's like, do you want to hate the opposite sex? Because it gives that.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't hate the opposite.
You've got to eventually either marry or be with them or have kids or like move on if you're straight. Do you know what I mean? Like, why you're gonna be like this with your wife or husband? Fuck that. No one's gonna want to marry you.
Exactly.
Or spend any time with you.
Hateful piece of shit.
And then your kids are gonna be like, mummy and daddy don't even like each other. Like, what the fuck's the point? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of parents are responsible for fucking their kids up one way or the other. Like, it always does them to that. Like, who hurt you? You know, who hurt you? And who are you taking it out on?
Dude, would we get a strike if I...
See, I'm not sure, you know. I think if it's under a certain time limit,
okay,
maybe 20 seconds, maybe 15. So I think you sang that now.
The very first time that I saw your brown eyes, your lips said hello, and I said hi.
Silent.
Google does what Google wants.
I know, androids. I moved back to the androids. Freedom!
Welcome home.
Yeah, it's just like being trapped in an iPhone.
Thank fuck you're not an iPhone poser anymore. Posers, man.
And they got one coming out every fucking 6 months. It's like, stop. 3 different versions.
An iPhone poser today looked me in the eyes and said, the 13 and the 14 is the same.
Are they?
It's the same.
I wouldn't know.
Like, the differences between them is...
I just get a plus of whatever comes out.
Oh, do you?
I want a big phone. Like, I'm not playing with no little phones anymore. I want it to be a certain, like, you know?
A handheld brick.
Yeah.
Or a mini tablet.
Yeah. I was the kid when I see my dad with the PDA phones and shit, I'm like, I'm getting that one day, and I'd get it.
Do you know what?
Only because I'm so like, wow.
My dad, bless him, great life teacher. He had a PDA with a slide up keypad. So you slide it up, and then the keypad.
Right.
Now I thought I was the man. I took it to school and then had it in my pocket. Was doing a bit of fornicating in the
as you do,
the playground after school.
Yeah.
And cracked the screen. Ooh,
I had a touchscreen one back then. It was hard to get, and my dad must have upgraded again or bought a new one. So I got that, and I can't remember what happened to it.
What, just disappeared?
Can't remember.
Ooh.
I don't remember where all my phones go. We've had a lot of phones in our life now.
Yeah.
From 11, we've had.
It's your siblings.
Well,
It's your siblings.
you give them away, innit?
I can always remember because.
Or sell them.
There we go. That's it.
Just can't remember doing it.
Obviously, without.
There's some people that kept all their phones. Their Nokias, their this, their that.
Now
Sony
I'm able to.
Ericssons.
Now I'm able to. In the past, no. I would ride out a phone
Right.
until it is
Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just did that.
Yeah.
I
It's
just
lovely.
did that. But
It's
yeah, I think that's it. Unless we've got anything more to talk about.
Nah, no. I'm. Yeah, that's it. I'm done.
I'm done.
I've had enough.
Right, guys. Well, we'll be back. So follow us everywhere. Once again, go and listen to Missing Pieces on YouTube. Saint Missing Pieces.
Saint Missing Pieces.
Come straight up.
No pun intended.
That's it. So yeah, we'll catch you next week.